But from that, rest in peace, Stack Bundles, Raekwon Elliott, my closest dear friend. Six. Cold. They under the sun. Eyes with a hunger. Don't get it. Just don't visit. Damn it. The ball habits. It's different from the addicts. Cover it. I paid for the flowers in the casket, fam. Going to star. Ride or die. Ward up. The life costs less than a hoopty. Giant got the strip to shoot me, so salute me. That was from my homeboy, rest in peace, Stack Bundles, Raekwon Elliott. Like I said, you know, growing up out of Far Rockaway, Queens, Redfern, you know what I mean? Got it tatted. You know, I ain't got to pull up my sleeves and all that, but you get what I'm saying? Got the hood tatted. You know what I mean? We started out as kids, you know, growing up in Far Rockaway, Redfern. You know, I was from 1420, apartment 3B. You know what I mean? It was like a hell just growing up there. We had some good days and we had some bad days. But, you know, growing up in Far Rockaway, you know, we seen a lot of drugs, a lot of crimes, killing, and all that. Just, you know, this being out of Far Rockaway was like a different planet. You know what I mean? We all Queens, but if you look on the map, Queens you got Southside Jamaica, Queens, you got Queensbridge, but Far Rockaway is just like off the coast. So that's why we the sixth borough. It's really 5 boroughs in New York. That's why we the sixth borough, because we off from the coast and we by the beach. You know, Far Rockaway Beach was a lot of Caucasians used to be there and Jews. But then they turned it into a projects where a lot of black people was forced to move into Far Rockaway, you know, back in the day. So, you know, it's just like growing up there was really tough, you know what I mean? And we didn't have it's a lot of artists and famous people that did come out of Far Rockaway. Not everything was bad, you know what I mean? And just my homeboy Stack Bundles, going back to that, it was like Raekwon, it was like growing up with him, you know, he was very talented dude. You know what I mean? I was one of his dudes that, you know, we used to laugh together, you know, special ed classes, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the people that was in special ed with me, you know what I mean? 183, IS 53, you know what I mean? So, you know, we grew up, you know what I mean, in special different classes. And, you know, just being around with Stack when he was doing his dancing, you know, even on referendum day, they used to be like, oh, Raekwon. He was just that. Like, he was the gorgeous gangster, like he said, you know what I mean? He was always on some fly stuff. You know, we dirty Far Rockaway niggas, but we stay fly. You dig? So that's just New York. But anyway, this Far Rockaway period, we gonna be fly boys. You know what I mean? We get money type niggas. You know what I mean? I hope they don't flag us, but we get money type dudes. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, either you was a hustler, you had to be a hustler. Every rapper that came out of New York, what they said, they was hustlers. You know what I mean? Like in California, I'm out here in California right now. I've been out here for 28 years. You know what I mean? But I've been back and forth to New York and Cali and down south. That's another story. But anyway, just growing up in Far Rockaway, it was like, we was getting money, but it started out as Knockout Posse. Then it went from Knockout Posse to the Scramblers. Scramblers is just a little crew that we used to call ourselves to protect the neighborhood. You get what I'm saying? So this protecting the neighborhood, it was like really, we just trying to put people together, try to get the community together, have Restaurant Day, make sure no strangers come and hurt none of the older people or try to take advantage. Every place got, protection and stuff. But yeah, so it's like really we was really doing our thing, you know what I mean? But we was scramblers and Stack, Raekwon, he was always on some dancing, you know what I mean? But he always had rapping. They used to, on Reference Day, they used to give the mic to him when he was little. And he'd be on some rapping type joint. And we never knew, we always knew he was gonna be something, but we never thought, his music would be popping. Like he had that flow, but it was just like, wow, he took it to another level. You know what I mean? He really put Far Rockaway on the map. And I appreciate and I thank him for that. You know what I mean? And this really growing up in Far Rockaway it was tough, but I'm glad I am from Far Rockaway. And when I left Far Rockaway, when I was 13, I came out here to California. It was hard because I had to meet, different friends and stuff like that. So, and not a lot of people like New York dudes. You know what I mean? We real cocky, we shy. We'll go to different towns like, yeah, we here. You know what I mean? This is New York, we fly. You know what I mean? Especially Far Rock. You know what I mean? Far Rockaway, you barely gonna make it out of Far Rockaway. And I think that's what saved my life. You know what I mean? My mom and my brother, they took me out of Far Rockaway when I was 13, but I was coming back and forth. This really doing my thing and, just living life and stuff. You get what I'm saying? So it was real talk. Like, you know what I mean? I had to get different friends, but if I would have grew up in Far Rockaway, I would have probably been dead too. I'm gonna tell the true story. You know what I'm saying? So I thank God that I got out of Far Rockaway alive, but I do go back and forth to New York, and I still mess with Southside Jamaica Queens, even though Far Rockaway and Southside don't get along like that. But I was one of them dudes that was dealing with Southside Jamaica Queens, and then I started living out in Harlem. So I never did the whole 28 years in the state of California. But I was, like I said, I was back and forth. But I was one of them dudes that really moving in and out of New York. You know what I'm saying? So it was like living that lifestyle, you know what I mean? And I'm about to be 40 this year. You know what I mean? I look damn good for 40. But yeah, that's another story. Well, you get what I'm saying? It's just like, for real though, like being out of Queens, Far Rockaway, Queens, you know what I mean? And when Stack got murdered, it took a part of me. It took a real toll on me. And I was supposed to did a video about Stack a long time ago, but I'm gonna be touching up on it. But this is just an introduction to where I'm gonna be touching up on. You know what I mean? It's not only Stack, Chinks, rest in peace. Lionel Pickett, you know what I mean? He was coming through the hood, messing with Stack, you know what I mean? We had the studio in the middle park. You know what I mean? We been had the studio there. It was the center. You know what I mean? So we had Father MC. He's from Far Rockaway, from the 40s. It's the different 40s. You got Southside Jamaica Queens 40s, and you got Far Rockaway 40s. And Father MC, he came out, you know what I mean? And we had a couple of rappers that come out of Far Rockaway too. So, you know what I mean? not everything, like I said, Stack really put it on, but you have I respect my camera froze, but I respect that other dudes that was before Stack, they really never gave Far Rockaway a shot. You know what I mean? And to Stack put that scored up. You know what I mean? It was just like it was bubbling. You know what I mean? He just got better, and he was just on his work like he's destined to be somebody. And this our friendship alone, you know what I'm saying? Outside of what happened with his music career, he was a generous type dude. I remember him working at Frankie's, making sandwiches, all that. Like he was that get type money type dude. You get what I'm saying? So he ain't really never sold no drugs or did anything like that. But like he said, his pops was doing his thing. But you know what I mean? He was really that type of nigga that he's like, I'm gonna be somebody. You get what I'm saying? More like Pop and Biggie. You get what I'm saying? So he was one of them dudes, and it's sad that his life got cut short. Same thing with Chinks. You know what I mean? Chinks was another one that was out of Edgemere. Now it's called Ocean Village, but I rock through Edgemere too. Edgemere and Redfern really don't get along like that, but they're in the same area. You get what I'm saying? It's Far Rockaway, you know what I mean? And we all squad up. But I'm gonna stop there, and I'm gonna do more clips, and hopefully people will support my YouTube channel. And it's gonna get deeper a little bit. I might clown and do some things, and I'm also an artist. You get what I'm saying? But it's not gonna be mostly about Stack Bundles. It's just gonna be telling about my time with Stack Bundles and growing up in Far Rockaway and my personal and how I feel, and how I made it to where I am at now. And I'm still struggling, but I'm just giving this story out, and hopefully it goes somewhere. And I appreciate YouTube, and I appreciate people who support my channel. And I'll talk to you later. This is Heartless. Squad up. Shit.